Conservative means something bad, and that anyone with an R by their name must be the devil. This is something that we have to stop, because there is only one block left in fundamentally changing our nation, and that is stealing the seed that we have planted, our children and our grandchildren. And so I bring you a warning that I hope you heed, because I know that our party is rightly divided on several issues when it comes to education, but I bring you a warning. Remember, I told you I was the president of the NAACP 24 years ago. I sued the Garland Independent School District in Garland, Texas. The magnet schools that are there today happened under my watch. We sued them in federal court under Judge Jerry Buckmeyer. I understand the design that they have on education. And my star that was rising in that organization, when I refused to go along, to get along, abruptly began to set. And I realized that they didn't just want to control the agenda. They wanted to control me and use me as a tool to control a group of people. And you see the results of it today. The NAACP is a working arm of the Democrat Party. I would not go along with it. But let me tell you something. I bring you a warning. There is a design on the public educational system of this nation. It is the same type of design that was placed upon this nation's health care system. And that design is the Trojan horse of Common Core. You must be very much aware that it is a total takeover of our school system, that we must say no to Common Core. So my friends, as I hurry to a close here today, they want to tell you that it takes a village to raise a child. That is a lie. It takes parents to raise a child. There are people in the village today. There are voices in the village today, people in the village today that you don't want anywhere near your children. That's the truth. You need to be very aware of those voices in the night that are calling to your children. And finally, multiculturalism sounds like a good thing, looks good on paper, but it's evil. Anyone coming to this nation legally should be willing to assimilate and become an American. Now, as you deliberate today to decide what type of planks we will have in our platform as we go forward to win back the White House and maintain the House and the Senate. My fellow Republicans, I encourage you to ask yourselves a question, a driving question, a question that is very important. Who are we? What do we stand for? What are our principles? And we need to ask ourselves the question, is there anyone left in our party that understands why we exist? You need to answer those questions among yourselves. Because if you are able to answer those questions, it is a strong possibility that we will be able to take down the true enemy of the Republic, the real problem with the Republic, and that is progressive liberals in the Democrat Party. We must. And we must understand and make sure that we carry this message to every corner of America, regardless of if it seems to be receptive of our message or not. We need to take this message that freedom works for everybody. And if we do not carry this message, believe me, the fundamental change of America will take place, because it is already underway. And we will become enslaved to tyranny and the heavy-handedness of big government. Now, understand that the slave, and that is what they would want to make of you, the slave does not ever seek freedom in so many cases. He seeks comfort. As long as he has enough food in his bowl, soft floor to lay on, a roof over his head, Obamacare, Obama phone, 2 years of unemployment, the slave will trade his freedom so that the government or whoever, overseers, will take care of him. The slave does not necessarily seek freedom. He seeks comfort. That's what the progressive liberals have figured out about the mindset in America today. They figured it out about our children. Our children don't necessarily seek to be free. I remember when I was growing up, I wanted my own car and to get away from the house as quickly as possible. You can't hardly kick them out of the house anymore. So many of them don't even have a driver's license. The slave does not seek freedom. He seeks comfort. We, the party who set the slave free, must once again be in a position to tell them this story. There is yet another question that you must answer for me before I sit down here today, and that is this. As I travel across this nation, many times I have to shake unfriendly hands. And because of my message, the type of message that I deliver, there are many hands that are withdrawn, and sometimes I find myself in peril. It's always good to know that there are people like you somewhere praying for the message and praying for me and praying for our republic. So what I always like to know, and if you answer this question correctly, then, my fellow Republicans, we very well may have a good chance of saving the republic and saving our party. If you answer this question with every fiber of your American soul, and if you carry the message to every corner of this nation because you answered this question correctly, then the brightest days of America will truly be ahead of her, and our children will enjoy the fruits of our nation. And that question is, are there any patriots left in America? Are there any